Good morning, everybody. It's Valerie Ling here, clinical psychologist, and of course, someone who cares very much about burnout prevention. This morning, I'm actually heading out to speak to a group of people who typically, one of the things that they're going to be looking at in their prevention of burnout is how to manage a values-based diary or a values-driven diary. Ironically, I myself had to work through this very issue this morning. So, as is, what is a values driven diary? Well, first of all, what are values? It's a little bit of a thing that gets thrown about. Lots of people talk about values. Values are essentially the things, the qualities, the characteristics, the pursuits that are important to you. They are the compass by which we are directed and guided to make decisions, and they flow on to then dictate or impact on the behaviors and the choices that we make. If you have a value for respect, generosity, for growth, for family, for friendship, for competence, for achievement, you may have a set of personal values that you would want to sort out. The reason why values are important is because they help us to figure out whether or not the way that we are living our lives and the way in which we are having our relationships, whether they are congruent with our values. When there is congruence with the things that are important to us, we're more likely to experience levels of stability, positivity, and equilibrium. When the majority of our life in our world is out of sync with the things that are important to us, and in fact, sometimes if they're directly opposite to the values that we have, and you're living a values incongruent life, you're going to experience a lot more frustration and possibly distress. Now, it's not just our personal values that we want to look at. We also want to look at our work values. Our work values, the degree to which the activities in our work life are really aligned to the sort of career, professional, purpose-driven activities that are important to us in our professional lives. And so when we actually look at values, we also want to have a look at how your personal values are aligned to what you're actually doing at work, and to actually then also figure out if there are certain work values that you have that we need to actually put into your day. So my interesting situation this morning was that I was actually given a red alert by Kathy, who assists me in my work, to actually ask me the question of, Valerie, that particular spot in your diary could be given to a more values aligned task. At the moment where it sits, what is sitting in there is potentially actually values misaligned. In other words, there are only so many spots in my diary once I put in things like making time for my family, playing all the different roles that I play, as well as the things that I need to keep my mind and body healthy. Then I have my work hours, and in those work hours, I want to see a high engagement of values-driven activities that are meaningful, so that at the end of the day, when I clock off, I can actually say not necessarily a job well done, because sometimes you don't do a job well done, and that's okay, mistakes are fine, but it's to say it was a day where I was sitting right smack in the center of my purpose and meaningful and valuable activities. And so when Kathy actually asked me that question and prompted me to think, I thought, gosh, it's so valuable to have actually thought through what my core values are at work. What are my driving motivators for 2019? And how do I actually ensure that the things that I've put onto my diary aren't what other people expect me to do? What fires that I need to put out that perhaps, I don't need to put out? And how much of it I actually need to then say, okay, the reason why this particular hour is being devoted to this is because it is important, it's valuable. And with that, just that conversation that I had with her, it gave me so much peace to actually be able to say, yeah, no, this is really important for me to clarify. So I often say the values-driven diary or values-based diary helps us to figure out what to say no to by more importantly, helping us to figure out what to say yes to. Sometimes when we just say no, 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 we're actually in a more reactive space. We're just feeling like at our wits' end, we have no more energy. It's busy, 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 busy. I've got all these appointments, all these things that I've got to do. I've got all this running around. And really, we might actually be saying no to activities that are actually valuable and meaningful, and perhaps even more rooted in our sense of purpose, and we're giving them away. So I'm just leaving you with this on a rather rainy, drizzly morning while I head out. Have a great day.